Hey guys, it's Gigi and I'm feeling red today, obviously. I felt that it was one of those days where you feel a little bit naughtier than usual, a little bit more open to share. So, is there an echo in here? Okay, the title might be a little bit misleading, I must admit, but with the title, like my first time, you just can't help but feel a little bit naughty. I will not be talking about the first time I had sex. No, won't happen, because I haven't had sex. I don't know who made this tag up, but seriously, you've got to be pretty sick in your little head to make people think at the beginning of the video it's about your first time in a sexual way, and then at the end of the video, tell them that it's a tag. Never mind, I take it back. I don't think that they're an attention seeker anymore. First question, do you still talk to your first love? No, hunty. I would literally probably have committed suicide if I still talked to him. Don't like when you date someone and like you're really in love with someone, you're like obviously in love with them, obviously obsessed with them. But when you break up with them, you're like, why was I even in love with them? Thank God he is in the past. Thank God. I mean, wish him the best, but not for me. What was your first job? You guys all know that my first job was McDonald's. There is a full video of my experience at Miss McDonald's down in the description box, so go check that out. What was your first car? My first car, I actually have had two of the same first cars, was a Volvo, and it was actually red, like the color that I'm featuring in this video. It was kind of like a maroon color, big SUV. I've always driven SUVs. I love, love, love big cars. I mean, small cars are easy to drive, but big cars, you feel like you're in control. You feel like you're taller than everyone. You feel like you could go over any curb. Big cars, hard to park though, but that's fine. My second car, it's just the newer edition and it's sport, so I can go extra fast, obviously. Who was the first person you texted today? Oh wait, to text me or I texted? Then to text you today. Oh, girl. Okay, let me go back. It's like literally 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was my sister who said, oh my God, I can't wait to see. And we were talking about the Kardashians. If you guys haven't seen my sisterly love video, it will be linked below. And we talked about like how we first started bonding, I think the question was. We first started bonding because Keeping Up with the Kardashians was like at its prime or whatever. I mean, I guess it still is at its prime. I texted her last night, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was so good tonight, alluding to Lamar being a crackhead. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? God. Oh, I had this random dream that me and Zac Efron were like robbing this bank and like, okay, I swear this video is not about drugs, by the way. First Lamar Odom crack, now Zac Efron coke. We're moving on quick, don't worry. We were robbing this bank and I remember him saying, we were like in the black car before we like got out. We like had masks on and stuff. He was like, all my girlfriends rob banks, don't worry, all of them do. We never got caught before. You can only date me if you rob banks. So I was like, ugh. Can I just rob one though? Who was your first grade teacher? Someone who actually taught me a lot of life lessons and I still go back to things that she has said to me. Mrs. Mail, if you're watching this, love you girl. Growing up and finding out really what I wanted to do with my career and my life and stuff like that, I would never be a teacher. I would never be a teacher, ever. This is just so not for me. I don't want to deal with kids all day, but they're really molding the minds of the future, which is like really crazy. So that was my deep moment of the video. Where did you go on your first airplane ride? I've always been traveling really in my life. You guys know I was a professional diver, so I was traveling a lot like that. My family always took a lot of vacations, so probably one of my first vacations or airplane rides was to maybe Mexico, like the Mayan Riviera or Cancun or Dominican Republic, I remember from my childhood. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? No, I still do not. Oh my God, why can't I talk? No, I still do not talk to my first best friend ever. I used to live in Montreal and I got really close with someone there, but I do not talk to him anymore because we have since moved away. Where was your first sleepover? I don't even really remember. Oh, I do remember. My friend Laura's house. I was like obsessed with this girl named Laura. Seriously, I called this bitch every single day. My mom and dad would literally be like, okay, no more phone. Like, no more phone. We're not kidding. If we see you on that phone trying to call Laura. And she lived like 3 doors down. Her older brother used to walk us to the bus. I literally would get home, go pee, have a snack, call Laura. Wash my hands, watch a TV show, call Laura. She didn't pick up? No, she didn't pick up? Do my nails? Call Laura. Who was the first person you talked to today? My best friend called me like literally 5 minutes after I woke up. Isn't that weird sometimes? Like there's literally like psychic abilities, like you think of someone and then they call you. It was so weird because I was thinking of him and then he called me. Whose wedding were you in the first time? Okay, this question is so misleading. I have never been married, never been kissed. I've actually never even been to a wedding. So sad. And I hear that they're so fun. You get so drunk and everyone's so messy. Literally my favorite thing about life. What was the first concert you ever went to? The Spice Girls. My dad bought me Spice Girls tickets when I was 7 or 8, I think. Love him. First broken bone. I was actually, oh my god, such a boy, riding my bike on the street with my friend. What the hell am I? Rob Deerdeck or someone? It was like literally the weirdest thing. Police officers never come like down my street in front of my house. I fall on the concrete and I like bent my wrist back type thing, right? And then I look up and there's a cop car. He's like, watch it, you better wear a helmet. Like, now you come. Now you're here. First piercing. You guys know this. I shared this in a question and answers a little while ago. I got my septum pierced right in between my nose. I did it because my friends were doing it. It was so dumb. Never do anything you don't want to do. So dumb. First foreign country you've ever gone to. Maybe Sweden. The first movie you remember seeing. Well, I don't remember seeing my first movie, but my parents told me that it was The Lion King, and I think that that just really shaped my morals and my boundaries and my manners for the rest of my life, you know? My favorite movie though growing up was The Little Mermaid though, obviously. I mean, hello. When was your first detention? I remember in elementary school, I used to get in trouble a lot for not going to recess. I mean, it's so weird because you'd think that kids would be like, yeah, recess. But I was kind of one of those kids, like with my group of friends, obviously that would be like, we don't want to go outside. It's windy, it's cold, let's just stay inside. We used to just hang out in the school and then teachers would be like, why aren't you outside? It's like, bitch, I don't want to go outside. Who was your first roommate? Never had one. I have lived alone though. What were the first lessons you ever took? Like what? Maybe diving? Oh, like, okay, I get it. No, I was so offended there. That didn't make sense. So I used to do learn to dive when I was like 7, I think. And then I got into the competitive and professional kind of diving. And I won nationals, which you guys know. And last but not least, who was the first person beauty related on YouTube you ever watched? Okay, so this makes me think that the person who started this was a beauty person. Beauty people are sick secretly, I'll tell you that. I don't know if you guys remember Fathi Net. I loved her, she was so cute. And I think that she's Filipino, I think. And I have a lot of Filipino friends, so maybe I just kind of related to her in that sense. But I always thought that her makeup was beautiful and I loved her room, even though mine is like pure dark. Oh my god, I look like Reggie. I look like gothic in this video. Like the red and the black? Oh no. Maybe there'll be a part 2 of this video and they'll actually ask about sex, you think? Maybe I'll have had it by then. Until I see you guys next time, stay gorgeous.